Moikka moi! It's Riikka Kovasin here, and today I'm working with some paper carton printables and building these tiny tags using them. The paper collection or the printables are called Moonlight Kisses, and that collection has these ballerinas. And I thought about Swan Lake when seeing those, so that's my inspiration for the little tags. I'm starting the tags by collaging some materials to the tiny tag bases. The paper I'm using is tissue paper that paper garden packages usually come wrapped in, so I thought to kind of use that one as well, and I'm using matte collage medium as my adhesive, so it's kind of a gel medium. I'm tearing little pieces out of the tissue paper and collaging, adhering them to the tags. Before moving on, I then dry the tags. After drying the tags, I also cut out the excessive bits of the tissue paper, and then it's time to add some colorants on top. I'm first going with this dark blue paint, adding a blob of it, and then using this kind of cheap, sturdy brush to give it, this paint stroke like effect. I didn't want to cover the whole thing, but just to bring in some color. I'm also adding some splashes there and then using a softer brush to darken the color or make it more solid in the middle of the tag. Well, when I put the layers on top, you can't really see it, but on this stage it looked like it needed a little bit more color. I then add some paper carton stickers on top. They are printed on sort of vellum, so they are a little bit translucent, which makes them look more like a collage effect rather than a sticker in such. So I pick up these violets from the sheet, which are also present in the printables, and add here a couple of those to the backgrounds. Now the cards look a little bit dark with the dark blue and the really dark lilac going on there. So I'm adding a white layer on top and making that dimensional. So I'm pulling this stencil and applying some modeling paste through it. Before moving on, I then dry the tags. I then mounted some stickers, these kind of label stickers, to a piece of cardstock and cut those loose. And I also mounted the ballerinas using double-sided adhesive to a piece of cardstock to make them sturdier. Now I'm inking around the edges, kind of hiding that white paper. Next, I'm then building a kind of a little background for the ballerinas out of two elements. I'm cutting a piece of the printables and kind of distressing the edges before stapling a white little feather on top. This is kind of reference to the Swan Lake and the character Odette. I then used foam tape to adhere the little background in place to the tags and then the ballerina on top, also using foam tape. When I then had these elements in, I started to think about the placement of the labels, and that's where I cut the video because I was having a trouble finding the right placement, and the solution was that there was something missing that was too scarce or just too big of the label and not enough other stuff going on in the tags. So as a result, I then added a piece of ribbon to each one by just stapling a piece of ribbon to the top of each tag. And I also mounted some of those violet stickers to a piece of cardstock and cut those loose to have this layering element, then to bring forth from the background as well. So here you can see me doing that. The labels and ribbons are already in, but I'm adding the little flowers in place. As a finishing touch, I then add some rhinestone stickers here and there, following that dark midnight blue color scheme of the printable collection. And here they are, 3 little tags with 3 Odette characters on top. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please consider subscribing and hit that bell sign to be notified when a new video comes live. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Just leave me a comment. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!